All right, guys. Sorry about that. Had a internet spike right there. Hope I'm not being DDoSed. That would be unfortunate. Then I'd have to take the precautionary measures as well. But back into this game, I mean, we did just see a fantastic team fight coming out of TteS there, starting off with a gorgeous ultimate from Riser and, of course, great team support. So able to get a strong team fight and really bring themselves back into this game a bit as they're only down by 4,000. Now, actually, the Plague bouncing around in the middle lane, but it looks like Magnus might have had a good enough Lava Surge to get away from that one. And great job by Moravos to get out of there.
Those Steam Boots vestments doing work. We were just talking yesterday about how B-Kid always prefers enhanced marchers, but there we saw again, Steam Boots plus vestments combination. Probably responsible for him living that gank against the Spade team.
Yeah, he was very low on life. I mean, he was probably one auto attack away. Very much so could have been saved by those Steam Boots. And he's going to get to town and get his regen on, making his way back out with 1,500 gold. So he's getting relatively close to that portal key, and that'll be nice to have. Maybe get some initiation on the Lions team rather than being initiated on for once.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this Hellborn team, you're looking at Zephyr, you're looking at Master. You have a lot of just overall very powerful team fight potential. And it is true, Parasite and Plague can both cancel the Tempest ulti. That is always worrisome. But still, you have to imagine, if they get a good jump, if the Tempest gets the right angle, they could still wind up decimating some of these fights.
That's, of course, true. I mean, anytime that there's a Tempest on the team, you really have to be wary of that ultimate, as was shown up there in the jungle. 3 players, in fact, were killed, but Moon Queen now finishing up some strong items. She's had that Whispering Helm for quite some time, but with a Geometer's Bane now, she might be interested in getting into some of these team fights. And Super KGE, only a 1-1. I mean, 425 gold per minute, 430, and just going to keep on climbing as she takes down this triple stacked Ancients. That's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the middle of these team fights.
Yep, well, creeps win games, as it shows right there. Despite the fact that TteS has that amazing team fight potential, it all comes down to, can we kill the Moon Queen or not? Because, 5 seconds of unmitigated damage coming out from that Moon Queen, all will be left.
Yeah,
eviscerated.
Take a look at the gold per minute chart right now, or even the experience per minute chart, but look at the farm differential between these two teams. The 5,000, 6,000 gold lead, not that huge, but Moon Queen at
it almost feels like it's coming out of the Moon Queen alone.
Yeah, it's exactly what it feels like. And she's just ridiculously farmed. I mean, Enzo having a very hard time on that Zephyr at only 250 gold per minute. That's not where you want the bird to be. Picking up a Helm of the Victim here, so it might even be working towards a Shaman's Headdress, having to go even more defensive against this highly magic damage team.
Yeah, having to go more defensive, but in doing so, I mean, Moon Queen's beginning to pick up her raw physical damage, her, late game scaling item build, and it's going to be pretty tough to deal with him right now.
Yeah, once Moon Queen gets into those fights, those glaives are going to be doing a ton of damage. And of course, the Moon Finale at level 16 is going to be able to pick off a hero or two by itself if she gets good procs on that one, which she will be hitting level 16 very, very soon here.
Right. Meanwhile, this Master of Arms is level 11 already. I'm actually pretty impressed. I mean, he was playing a more supportive, moving, roaming role from what I recall. I mean, he did lane top, I believe, with Zephyr, but still, yeah, he's leveling up quite nicely.
Oh, and Amphora teleport coming in here in the middle, so it looks like they're going to want a team fight, bringing Fade with her. There is a Ward of Revelation down by Leon Black, so looks like they're actually going to target down some creeps right there. Moonbeam going to go out onto Zephyr, but just tickling him for the time being. Green Goo comes out in response, as well as the power throw, and Hellborn team going to continue this aggressive push. Word of Revelation is there, so Fade doesn't want to jump in with that ultimate just yet. And we'll see if the Hellborn team does commit to this. It looks for the time being they might be backing off, at least waiting for that next creep wave.
Alrighty.
Oh, Gust applied right there to Moon Queen. There was no follow-up, though. She's walking near that Word of Revelation, so they might be able to secure something. Magnus picks up his portal key as well. Geometer's Bane being activated with the power throw, as well as the green goo going to be coming out. And we'll see. In comes the Lava Surge, grabbing just Moon Queen, though. A nice Burning Shadows catching two in the background. Tempest wants to go in, but Plague Rider TP's in. Gets a nice red Emerald Lightning onto that Plague, though. Plague Goo going to be bouncing around, as well as the Moon Finale catches out Master of Arms. He's going to fall. The next target appears to be Tempest as the Reflection activated. In comes comes the Burning Shadows, and they're going to be able to catch Tempest out. He's the next to fall. Hasted Aluna is there as well, but she's not going to be taking any additional damages. She's going to jet on out of there. Now, the tower did fall in the middle of that, and I believe that there was actually a kill. No, there was no kills there for the TteS team. Magnus is going to get caught out by the Fade, but able to Lava Surge away. Emerald Lightning going to catch a couple players out of position, but Aluna is now taking a lot of fire. Ultimate coming in, the Eruption activated from Magnus, and LG going to go down on that Plague Rider, and that looks like it's the end for Lions as they're doing their best to get on out of there.
Yeah. Decent hold off there by TteS. I mean, they killed the Plague Rider in the end only, though, whereas Moon Queen ended up, who did she wreck in that fight? It seemed like 2 heroes, am I right?
Moon Queen, yeah, the Master of Arms, and I believe it looks like they got, just the Master of Arms, and they got Riser as well. Okay, so Riser on that Tempest. So managed to get both of those heroes. As like you said, the Plague Rider goes down there at the end, but that was the only kill for the TteS team.
Yeah. Moon Queen getting dangerously close to her shrunken head here. Just pretty much 1 creep off at this rate. And we look at Fade. She also winded up going for that Ogre Axe, so she's going to be going for the Mighty Blade, I should say. So she's going to be going for that, Blink Shrunken Head initiation build as well. Very, very difficult to deal with. They do have a very magic damage heavy team here coming out from TteS.
Yeah, once that Shrunken Head is available to her, she's going to be a lot more ballsy getting in the middle of those fights, activating that Shrunken Head, and just getting the proper initiation. Now, TteS, though, they know some of these big items are going to be coming out, and they're going in for another one. LG going to be caught out right there as the nice Meteor from Riser does, in fact, spy him out. Burning Shadow is going to be coming in, though, as well as the Face Hug. The Typhoon being activated, and Fade in some troubles. The Elemental Void is going to catch Parasite, as well as Fade. The Shrunken Head in the Moon Finale being activated by Moon Queen, trying to finish off Zephyr, and the bird goes down, turns into that roasted chicken, and Tempest is in some trouble as well, as he does, in fact, go down. Double tap going to be activated there by Super KGE. The port from Nymphora going to try to cut off the retreat path from Master of Arms, and we'll see if he does walk into a couple of these heroes. Nymphora as well as Super KGE on the Moon Queen are in position, but it looks like Master of Arms is going to get out of there without being harassed.
Yeah, the power of that Moon Queen. I mean, Riser had an excellent ulti once again. They took out the Fade and Parasite pretty early into that fight. Moon Queen jumped in, her ulti tearing everything apart, the glaives bouncing, and it seemed like just pretty much everything melted. And they all had to pretty much turn around and run despite the, pretty excellent counter initiation.
Well, when your highest player is level 14, and you're dealing with a level 18 Moon Queen at 550 GPM, yeah, those glaives can pretty much tear through everything. We saw that.
Yeah, she can pretty much, if she has that token, walk up to the base. If she's hitting that base tower, the enemy team's probably going to have to run back from all the damage they're taking from those bounces.
We, of course, saw that in yesterday's game where it was kind of preposterous how strong that Moon Queen was, being played by Keizu, I do believe. And he was just attacking the front tower. It was bouncing all the way to the well, doing damage to heroes in the well. And
I remember, it literally was to the well. I saw some of those glaives bouncing from that defense tower in the middle, through the range racks, through the meatball defense tower, and then eventually onto heroes that were running to try to heal up in their base, and almost killing them.
It almost killed the Master of Arms yesterday, if I recall correctly. Yeah. And pretty funny. Moon Queen, of course, a very strong hero, as we've been saying, and she's been showing in these recent competitive games that she is certainly viable. And Super KGE contributing to that right now, as he's just going to continue farming up to 3,000 gold once again. So going to be looking for his next item. Fade's trying to go in onto Zephyr right there. Parasite does, in fact, get the kill. Typhoon being activated, so Krebson trying to get out of there. On the Skeleton King, though, might be in a little bit of trouble. The Leech coming onto Zephyr right there, but the ultimate activated, and the bird is going to be in some trouble. It's bouncing around. A nice Magnus ulti, but will they be able to get the Parasite down in time? Has to take cover in the Steam Bath. A nice power throw going to be coming through, and they do, in fact, get the Parasite. Moravis going down on that Magnus as well, as he does buy back, though. He's going to be coming in. Burning Shadows applied to Master of Arms. A great Lava Surge on that buyback from Magnus, and Fade is going to be going down. Handskin bites the dust, but so does White on that Master of Arms. Now, concede votes actually going out. GG well played as well, as TteS appears to be very frustrated. More action going to be coming in as LG's in some trouble. Auto attacks come out, and the Emerald Lightning to finish that one out. But actually, the vote to concede passes right there, and TteS gives that one up. Lions taking the game and the series.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them. They're supposed carry